Hi guys, Dazzie here with another comic book haul. This time it is episode 98. And this time I'm going to be bringing you part 2 of my epic £1 haul from Weston-super-Mare. Yep, back on 20th of July, which was a Monday, I went down to Weston with the family. Just for a day out on the beach. But you know me, if there's an opportunity, I was given permission to go away for an hour or so. And I hit up a few shops, no joy to start with. But in the third of the 3 shops I visited, I asked the shopkeeper, "Did you have any more comics by any chance?" And he replied, "You're in luck. I've just come into a collection and it's in my storeroom." So I went into the storeroom and it was like heaven, guys. Comic book heaven. There were 6,000 Marvel comics. A little splattering of silver, but mainly bronze and 80s and 90s. And I filled my boots. I think I picked up 42 books on my first visit for £70. You do the maths. But majority of them obviously £1, and I paid £25 for Thor 165, the first Adam Warlock. So I got home and I kind of like beat myself up a little bit, because I thought to myself, although I did well, I feel there were more keys there. So a day or two later, I phoned the shopkeeper, who's a good guy. And he said, "Yeah, come on down. Come and have another rummage." Well, you know, with no cons out there, you got to take these opportunities. So I drove back down there on the 24th, which is the Friday. Took me mum down to the beach for the day. She did some shopping and I filled my boots, and this time I picked up 59 books, guys. Key after key again. This time it worked out, I think, around about £1.19 a book. So just blown away with what I picked up. A lot of them were doubles. Restocking from my eBay store, I've made quite a bit of money off of this, but I've kept some good books in the PC as well. Let's get into those books. Now, unbeknown to me, the shopkeeper was actually a comic book writer, and he brought a little comic book my way that he had got up and running through Kickstarter, and he asked if I'd be interested. And of course, you know, you've got to support these little independent books, especially when the guy is doing me a solid, you know, and he was a nice guy, karaoke man like myself. And he brought this to my attention, and this is Sentinel. And I haven't read it as yet, but like I said, funded by Kickstarter. Here's a look at some of the artwork. Fantastic artwork. And his name, the shopkeeper, I believe, is Alan Holloway. Alan Holloway. And yeah, he did the script in this book, so I should give this a read at some point. Now into the books, and 58 left. The first of them, though, was a dud. I've been following my Marvel encyclopedia and picking up the books in that encyclopedia for first appearances. And they said that this book was a first appearance, but it is not. This is Alpha Flight issue 95. And I thought this was the first appearance of Windshear, this character here. But it's not. So this was a dud. And I think her first appearance comes in Alpha Flight issue 87. And then we move on with Uncanny X-Men 267. Just an early appearance of Gambit in that one. Of course, he appears in 266, his first full appearance. Then we have Marvel Comic Presents. And this is issue 19, and this is the first appearance of Damage Control. Or the first full appearance of Damage Control. And they were a team that appeared in this Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Right at the start, they were picking up debris and stuff. About 3 or 4 of these. This is Avengers 346, and the first appearance of Star Force. So we're in the Captain Marvel team. There was a Captain Atlas and Dr. Minerva, among other members in this team. Another copy of this one. West Coast Avengers issue 46 and the first appearance of the Great Lake Avengers. Again, I've had 3 or 4 of those. I've had 2 or 3 of these as well. X-Men issue 15 and the first appearance of the Horses of the Apocalypse, or the 4 Horsemen, I believe. This is always a good find. I don't know how many of you know about this one. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 26. And this is the first solo Venom story. You can see him up there. It is a backup story, and that is the first ever solo Venom story. A very underrated book, in my opinion. And next we have A-Next, issue 7. Again, I keep finding this one. Undervalued book, in my opinion. The first cameo appearance of Hope Pym from the MCU. This one's always had a little bit of heat. This is Marvel Knights, the 2001 Millennial Visions. This is my 3rd copy. And it's all about what they say is the, like a prototype of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, isn't it? Frank Castle. Again, you know, early doors, these are all £5 to £10 books. And if you can pick them up for £1, you're laughing. Up next, we got a controversial issue, Avengers issue 200. Nice bronzer. And this is the first appearance of Marcus Immortus. And he is the son of Carol Danvers. I'm not really sure how the story goes because I haven't read it as yet, but I believe she gives birth to Marcus Immortus and then finds out that he's her dad or something bizarre like that. But it's all about how Carol Danvers gets pregnant in this, I believe. Up next, we've got Alpha Flight issue 51. Keep finding this one too. First interior artwork by Jim Lee. Of course, Alpha Flight is hot at the moment. I sold issue 1 recently for £20. Miss Marvel issue 9. And the first appearance of Deathbird. I think this one's from 1977. Like I say, a lot of bronze in this. We got Cloak and Dagger issue number 5. And this is the first appearance of Mayhem. I think it's Bridget O'Reilly. And Mayhem appeared in the Cloak and Dagger TV show as the villain. I've watched 1 episode of that so far. Up next, I got another copy of this one, King Conan, issue number 1. And this is the first appearance of Khan, who is Conan's son. And there is something with Conan in the works. I think Arnie might be returning. This one was very hot a little while ago. Apparently there was a Sonyverse movie of this character coming. This is Web of Spider-Man issue 19. And this is the first appearance of Humbug, and more importantly, Solo. And Solo is apparently getting his own Sonyverse movie. That is the speculation on that. So if you can find that for cheap, grab one. Second copy of that. Keep finding this one as well. Alpha Flight issue 33. The first appearance of Lady Deathstrike, who was the villain in the second X-Men movie. And next we have, it was a good little series, Shogun Warriors issue number 1. Second copy of that. Humans controlling giant robots. A bit like Pacific Rim, I suppose. I think this is the second cameo of Mystique in Miss Marvel issue 17. Raven Darkon becomes Mystique. You know, Mystique from the X-Men movies. Next, we've got Amazing Spider-Man issue 253. And this is the first appearance of Wilson Fisk's son, Richard Fisk, who was originally the schemer, I think, in Amazing Spider-Man 83, which I have, but now he becomes the Rose in this issue. Then, probably Iron Man's greatest ever storyline. I managed to pick up 3 issues of the run. This is Invincible Iron Man issue 123, and this is one of the parts of the Demon in a Bottle storyline. To go with that, 124. and 127. I have the big book, the 128, already in the PC. Not sure if I'm keeping these or selling these. I'll probably sell them. Then another copy of a character who appeared in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the first season. This is Avengers issue 158 and the first appearance and origin of Graviton. And then some MCU goodness, and this is another Iron Man book. This time is issue 200 and the first appearance of Ironmonger, who is it Obadiah Stane? Obadiah Stane, sorry. He was the main villain in Iron Man 1. And then we're getting a little bit better with the books. We got, don't ever see this one on my travels. This is Conan the Destroyer, issue number 1. Nice Arnie cover there. That was a little mini-series, I believe. And then we got a load of books that I'm keeping now for the PC. This is Alpha Flight issue 34. And this is the origin of Wolverine's adamantium. Amazing Spider-Man issue 394. And this is the first appearance of Screer, who is Charles Bates. And Screer is a character in my encyclopedia. Another character in my encyclopedia comes in Marvel Fanfare issue 43. And this is the first appearance of Patience Drew. This is an interesting little book. I sold one of these and I regretted it. This is What the Xmas Special, issue 10. And believe it or not, this is the first appearance of Bart Simpson in comics. Yep, he's just in one panel in this book. But here he is in this issue, if you can find it for cheap. Nice nostalgic book. I think that's from 1983 or something like that. And next we've got The Defenders, issue 125. And this is the first appearance of Mad Dog, who is Robert Buzz Baxter. Also the marriage of Damon Hellstrom and Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat. Like I said, Alpha Flight is very hot at the moment. This is an upgrade on my number 2. And this is the first appearance of the Master of the World, a human who is 40,000 years old. And the first appearance of the Alpha Flight Omnijet. So if the Alpha Flight are coming to Disney Plus, apparently, they will certainly have the Omnijet. Here's a book that's been in my encyclopedia and I could never tick it off until now. Comic Man, issue number 1. Oh, Comic Man is Dr. Stephen Beckley. That was a 6-issue miniseries. Up next, we've got Khazar the Savage, issue 11. And this is the first appearance of Belasco, a powerful sorcerer who rules over the limbo dimension. And it's also the origin retold of Zabu, the saber-toothed tiger. And like I said, Belasco is linked to be something to do with the New Mutants film and that limbo dimension. The books are going to get better now, guys. We've got Captain America, issue 312, and the first appearance of Flag Smasher, who was Carl Morgenthau. Nice upgrade on Captain America, issue 272, and the first appearance of Vermin was Edward Whelan. This is a fun little book. Almagan, DC and Marvel crossover. Spider-Boy issue number 1. Yeah, the only DC representative in this pile. Spectacular Spider-Man issue 158 and the first appearance of the Cosmic Spider-Man. Nice upgrade on West Coast Avengers, issue 45. And this is, of course, the first appearance of the White Vision, who is rumoured to be appearing in the WandaVision TV show. Nice bit of bronze now. This book can go for some serious coin. This is Defenders, issue number 49. Nice Moon Knight cover there. And this is the first cameo appearance of Zodiac. And they are Aries, Aquarius, Cancer, you know, all the zodiac signs. They're a group of villains. This is a good spec book, I think. Of course, She-Hulk is on her way to the MCU, and she at some point is going to join the Avengers, and that happens, believe it or not, in Avengers issue 221. Love that cover. That's where She-Hulk joins the Avengers, guys. So she was chosen two out of all that lineup. Look at Invisible Girl, quality. Another character of my encyclopedia, nice bit of bronze. Doctor Strange issue 6. And this is the first appearance of Mother Nature, who is Gaia. Love that cover. The Spectacular Spider-Man issue 107 up next. And this is a hot book at the moment because this is the first appearance of Sin Eater, who is Stanley Carter, a former NYPD detective. And Sin Eater is going to be re-emerging in the Amazing Spider-Man current series, I believe. These are like £20 books at the moment. This is a nice find. The only G.I. Joe of note that I found. G.I. Joe issue 26. And this is the first appearance and death of Hardmaster, head of the Arashikage clan. And he appeared in the Rise of the Cobra movie. But he is going to be reappearing in the Snake Eyes movie coming up. But this is also the first appearance of Softmaster and the origin of Snake Eyes. £20 to £30 book. On a good day, that one. Lovely upgrade on this next one. More Iron Man, this time issue 150. And look at that cover, that is sweet, isn't it? This is the classic battle of Iron Man versus Doctor Doom. I can sell off my other copy now. Happy days. Then we have Captain America issue 192. And the first appearance of Carla Sofen. Later becomes the second Moonstone, then Meteorite, and then Dark Miss Marvel. Up next we have Captain America issue 209. And the first full appearance and origin of Arnim Zola. Of course, the mad scientist from the MCU. He actually first appeared in the Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. movie starring David Hasselhoff. Believe that. Oh. Also the first appearance of Doughboy in that issue. This was a lovely find. I'm a big fan of Strange Tales, and this one has been on my want list for some time. This is Strange Tales issue 179, and the first appearance of Pip the Troll, who is Pip Gotham. And the second appearance of Magus, an evil version of Adam Warlock from the future. So yeah, glad to add that. That's roughly around about a £15 book. Nice bronzer. Happy to add this one to the PC. Amazing Spider-Man issue 430. Yeah. The first appearance of Carnage Cosmic. The Carnage symbiote bonds with Silver Surfer. Back to the Bronze Age and Avengers issue 162. And the first appearance of Jocasta, Ultron's prospective wife. The second appearance of Ultron 8. Love these bronzers. This one's a bit beat up, but I couldn't leave it there. This is Luke Cage Power Man issue 24. And this is the first appearance and origin of Bill Foster, Dr. William Bill Barrett Foster as Goliath. I've got Bill Foster's first appearance in Avengers, is it 32? Yeah. So that's his first appearance as Goliath. I always find this book, but it's a pricey book. X Factor issue 24. The first appearance of Archangel. Appeared in the Apocalypse movie. Yeah, it was okay. This book's getting a bit pricey. I've already got a bid on this. This is What The issue 20. And the first appearance of Porkrind. The alternate universe version of Venom. Spider-Ham's Venom. Another copy of this one. Avengers 257. and the first appearance of Nebula. Delighted to find this one. This was a nice find for £1. Spectacular Spider-Man issue 64. And the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger. Another copy. Like I said, started watching Cloak and Dagger, it's okay. Then I picked up a beat up Silver Age Avengers, but it was a nice one to pick up really. This is Avengers issue 28. Yeah, it's beat, but for £1, why not? The first appearance of the Collector, yeah, who is Tanelir Tivan, and he's appeared in several MCU films. Most recently, Infinity War. Delighted to find another copy of this one. Miss Marvel issue 16, and the first cameo appearance of Mystique. Well, Raven Darkholm, who later becomes known as Mystique. And then delighted for £1, really? Avengers 83. And another copy of the first appearance of Valkyrie and the Lady Liberators. It's like Wasp and Black Widow and basically a Medusa female team. And my final book, don't find these too often, was Marvel graphic novel issue 27. And I couldn't leave it there because this is the death of my favourite villain, Purple Man. So there we go, guys. That's my haul. That's 59 books in quite quick time. Hope you like what you see. £1 a book. I can't go wrong. That's Daz over and out. Subscribe. Bye.